Halló, halló, halló. Szevasztok. Cső, cső, cső. Jó, de hangos. Edith Finch. Felejtjük. Felejtjük. Jó. Szóval Edith Finch. Nem tudom mi az. Ingyenes volt. Én ne próbálnám ki. Ha már letöltöttem, megszereztem, akkor már méne. Jó. Na. Új játék. Persze. Edith Finch. Das ist hajó.
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning, with the house.
Aha, shift-tel célzunk, meg a jobb klikkes célzunk.
I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
Szóval itt éltem 11 éves koromig, de nem minden szobában volt bejárása. Valami ilyesmi.
Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately.
7 évről visszamaradott levelek voltak bent a
I
postaládában.
hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral.
Értem.
In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked. Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
Szóval a mutter hagyott nekem kulcsot, de nem mondta, hogy mi az, melyik ajtót nyitja. Erre kell jönni egyáltalán? Nem tudom. Jövünk erre.
The truth is,
Igazság
even
az, hogy
after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it.
sosem
But now I have
gondoltam azt, hogy
questions
vissza
about my
fogok jönni
family
az
that
a
only the
házhoz.
house knew the answers to. The
Hát
woods
van
around the
azért.
house have always been uncomfortably silent. As if they're about to say something but never do.
A fák a ház körül nagyon csöndesek voltak. Halottiasan csendes. Szóval amúgy is idejük adtunk volna ki. Nagyon úgy néz ki.
The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it.
Hát az erről még én sem álmodoznék.
As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words. Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house.
Éltünk a háztól. És akkor most be kéne jutni. Gondolom én.
I hoped the key might unlock the front door. It didn't.
Hát nem nyitja ki.
Looking in, I felt like the house itself had been waiting for me.
Mint hogyha a ház ránk várt volna. Ja, de nem. De nem ma. Megnézzük, van a hátsó bejárat, vagy valami ablak. Mi? Oh.
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11. For the first time in years, I felt like I was home.
Úgy éreztem, itthon vagyok.
The table was still a wreck from the night we left.
Az Eddie az
It was
egy
like a
fiú
bomb
nekem.
had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture. My mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great Grandma Edie living in a nursing home.
Nem, az egy női. Akkor ez a mamánké volt ez a szék. Elnézést.
Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth. Great Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house.
Emeletre fel tudunk menni. Ide jó.
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes. Mom must have locked the third floor stairs on the night we left.
Tudom, hogy biztos
Whenever
késő.
people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara.
Szóval mindig, hogyha a családunkról kérdeztek, Barbaráról akartak tudni. Valami ilyesmi. Ki vannak írva, hogy
As a kid, I just assumed every house had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of.
a szarás?
My Grandpa Sam spent 7 years sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin.
Azt a kurva. Mert ki?
The last time I was in Edith Sr.'s room, I was 10 and she was painting my portrait.
Sven Hofstede Finch és Edith Finch. De ezek mi vagyunk, nem? Ja nem, ez a nagy. Van, már hülye vagyok. Geci. Elnézését kérem.
I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's
Nem
room.
akartam bejönni.
I think my mom sometimes regretted not sealing it up.
De jó 3D-s.
Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him. Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets. Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of.
Nézzük meg, mitől félt a mamánk. Vagyis
Reading this,
anyamánk.
maybe it sounds like I had a plan, but I had no idea what was behind that door.
Szoba.
Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead.
Molly. Molly. Mi terhesek vagyunk. Mi?
I
17.
got the sense Edie had spent a lot of time here
Jézusom.
before my mom
Gyerek.
sealed the doors.
Értem.
I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole. Molly's gerbil had a tiny bedroom with its own even tinier gerbil cage. Being inside for the first time, I felt like I'd stepped behind a painting.
És innen most már tovább vissza. Várjunk ki toladjunk. Ezt sem tudom kinyitni. Visszafele sem. Hoppá, itt a könyv. Molly Finch. Na.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat.
Fölkeltünk és éhesek voltunk, és azért keltünk föl, hogy körbenézzünk, nincs valami eltűnt. Dick. Malacka. Nem eszünk halat, mire? Mi? Menj már. Normális ez.
My Halloween candy was all gone.
Jesus.
The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it.
Kis ezért répa.
I kept eating and eating.
Jézusom.
I ate a lot of things that night.
Sztarat.
Then I heard chirping outside my window. It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her. And suddenly, I was a cat.
What? Egy macska.
I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared.
Hogy morog.
Mom and Dad didn't even look at me.
Jesus. Ez furcsa.
I jumped and I almost got her. I could tell she was getting really tired. Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird. I gobbled her up. And suddenly,
Jesus.
I was an owl. First, all I heard
Baboy.
was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass.
Mi a fasz? Kérem szégyen.
Rabbits. through my talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger.
Menj ma! Jézus
A
öreg.
mama rabbit.
Anya.
She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark.
What? Mi a tököm? Egy kuruló cápa.
I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever. I wanted fat, juicy soups. I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good.
Eltűnt. Most meg kéne keresni azt a szart. Mi? Érdekes. Hát, nem. Jesus.
I grabbed on tight. But I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed. Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere. I was big, and I moved real quiet.
That's all.
I wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
Ez csak eltűnt az éterbe.
Passenger, I was still hungry. And across the water I smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it.
Majd megéreztünk.
I slithered
Távolból.
onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe.
Érdekes. Ez egy klotyó.
I got closer and closer.
Ez a mi szobánk.
All of my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to feed, and we both know I will be delicious.
Beszarás.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
Hát ezeket én is hinném.
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly. I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room.
Nagyon sokat kötött. Szerette a madarakat. Persze, hogy ezeknek is ott volt a dátum, hogy mikor távoztak el. Mentek el. Ja, kígyó is volt. Papagáj. Valami gölemb. Még egy gölemb, ugyanolyan gölemb. Van hüllő.
Louis died a week before we left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him.
...1937-ben épült. Az Edith Finch építette, talán, maybe? Nem
Her room is
tudom.
like a museum.
Szóval olyan volt, mint egy múzeum.
For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune.
Iratkozásokat. Odin. Ő volt az Odin? Szóval ezek itt mind fincsek. Ebben van valami, csak nem tudom mi.
Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johann. On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind.
Szóval milyen fertőzés volt. Született egy gyerekük, Johann, és itt egy házban, egy hajón. Azt hitték, hogy maguk mögött hagyhatják a fertőzést. Tisztára. Covid.
But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea.
Szóval elsüllyedt a ház. Olyan 40 futos, nem tudom mekkora, több méteres hullámok voltak, aztán felborította a hajót.
Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island.
Odin lánya Eddie, azaz a mi nagymamánk, a férjevel, Svennel és babájával, Mollyval tovább léptek egy új otthonba, Orcas szigetre.
Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery.
Szóval Odin Finch volt az első, akit eltemettek ebbe a családi temetőbe, vagy valami ilyesmi.
His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house.
A lánya, Edie, már álmodozott az új Finch house-ról. Most házról. És ennyi. Jaj, nem ez. Sorry.
Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
Jaj, de szépek vagyunk. Még szerintem nem végeztünk mindennel.
Even in her 90s. Sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
Jé, ez a rózsaszín.
The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife Kay left on the house was the pink bathroom. It was a pretty big trace. There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
Jesus. Minden kapuajtó és rejtekhely egy könyvben van eldugva.
Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
Szóval Samnek volt egy kamerája, ami soha büdös életbe nem akart lerakni. Ott rohadt el a kezébe. Ez igen, akarhat lökni rajta.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin. And that he never talked about him.
The command center.
I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
Buzz Lightyear.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it. My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom, and he did. At Barbara's funeral, he swore he'd never be afraid again, and he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Calvin akarjon repülni.
But that day, he finally
Here's
made
a
up his
watcher.
mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that.
Alvin, I'm not gonna tell you again.
Maybe if the wind hadn't picked up, then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it. I think he'd already made up his mind.
Jézusom,
That's what I want to remember about my brother. The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Szóval leesett.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
11 évig élt. Oda.
After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room. Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
Amú. Mindenhol volt egy rejtett szoba. Vagy valami alagút. A másik szobájában.
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
Ez a folyosó.
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star.
Barbara.
I
Nem
never
színész
thought about
volt?
how hard it must have been for her afterwards.
Maybe. Jó.
Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right!
Szóval, annyi történt, hogy kiskorában mindenkinek tetszett a sikolya, de amire felnőtt, addigra ez a elképesztő sikoly hang ez eltűnt. Nem fejlődött, és hát tovább fejlődött a hangja, és nem volt olyan, mint a régi, és most próbáljuk belőle kihozni.
Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
Most már szép
20
tudjuk.
minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box.
Ja, hogy azt nekem kell csinálni? Már is csinálom, hát.
And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent. She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
Szétszórnak mindent is. Csak... Kontroller meg be van dugva. Bedugva lenne. És ezek. Ezt nem kontroller.
The old fridge rattled and grew still.
Oh dear!
Így kapta a taslit.
Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay,
Barbara.
coming up. But if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
Most mehetünk föl. Hajjá, 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 hajjá. Ja, nem ezt kell ütögetni. Így volt egy óra. Kurva, a tévé nem jó. Így a gonosz. Megtestesíti egy görkorcső. Oppa, ott van valami földön.
Walter, are you there? Walter had vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Hoppá, és itt jön.
Barbara turned, saw the hook man, and... was speechless. He was quite smashing. And he knew it was. He couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
Hol? Itt van.
That night, she played her part beautifully. Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges grow.
Hoppá!
He wasn't moving,
És leesett.
but she sensed the
És mire
story
leérek, már nem lesz ott.
over yet.
Van egy olyan érzésem. És igazam volt.
The hookman had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was... At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh,
Oh dear.
The monsters had come
What the
to
fuck?
surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent.
lenyűgöző.
She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter? Hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear. Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
Eerie tale. Jézus,
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
Most visszamegyünk a folyosóra.
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box.
De most lemegyünk a zsenedöbös. Zsene. Hát tényleg itt meg lett csinálva ez az rész. Ez a rész. Lehet mégis igaz volt? De lehet, hogy mégsem. Ez most már nem derül ki. Na, másik irány. Hoppá! És ez meg a pincét nyitja. Pinyó.
Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot. I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages.
Dikka nagy jósont a pincébe.
I thought maybe she was hiding presents. It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that.
Sötét.
I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could. If there's a pattern in all these stories, I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years.
Dik 30 évig nem volt meg a faszomba.
On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week. But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane.
Jézusom, azt hogy kell?
Having a schedule, living for today. I always expected to be dead tomorrow. But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything.
Még egyet ki kell nyitnom, hogy utána egy faszkapok.
Even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel normal. Almost friendly. And then one day, everything just stopped. Whatever that thing was, it was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid.
Próbálom. Na, igen, sikerült.
It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting. I have to leave while I still can. I know it's out there somewhere. Whatever killed Barbara and Molly and Calvin.
And Calvin.
Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me. Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it. I'm going to appreciate all of it,
Istenem.
especially the food.
Hát
I
a
don't mind
vonat
if I only
volt,
have a year
aminek ilyen hangja volt. És most jönnek valami vonat
Or a
biztos.
month. Or a single week. I'd be happy with one new day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
Jesus.
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here. I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me.
Mathematik.
Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter.
Ó, kis
But
befőtt.
if she never told me about an
Konzerves
uncle
kaja.
under the house, I can only imagine what else she was hiding. I don't want to make the same mistakes she made. Trying to bury something that's still alive. Now that there's only one of us left, or maybe 2, I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself and found out what happened to everyone else. But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real.
Mindig már nincs itt vasút. Úti átjáróhely. Van valami.
I don't know if I should even be writing this. Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me.
Mozgásérzékelős lámpák.
But I thought you should know about your family. And the history you're a part of.
Arra. Nem kell belemenni a waterbe.
Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now. I think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth.
Erre van valami. Semmi. Hát jó. A futásban lerakadtak. Vagy nem tudom.
you look at the house, that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness, any of it seems possible. I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it. What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house?
Ez egy jó kérdés.
It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one. 3 of the gerbils were mine, and 2 had been my fault. Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery. I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away. She could see it poking out of the water at low tide. Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night.
Az volt az a ház, ami elsüllyedt a hullámok miatt. Azt hiszem. Na.
Edie's side was always easier for me to understand.
Végigmegyek, aztán amennyi a gyászol.
But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from. There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself.
Na, itt volt is egy mentés. Na. Akkor. Szerintem már ennyi. És akkor legközelebb. Holnap folytatjuk. Nem tudja késne a kamera. Egy kis delay. Na most jó. Hát van ez így. Nem baj. Na. Akkor holnap találkozunk, és akkor ja. Folytatjuk az Edith-két. Edith-ke folytatás. Edith. Na szavaztak.